channel. Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Keisha. Welcome to my channel. This is a safe space to enjoy the beauty in the simplest things, okay? I wanted to come on here and discuss my labor and birth story. I gave birth to my beautiful, absolutely gorgeous, oh my goodness, baby girl, Shiloh Amara. Oh my goodness. First of all, I didn't even know I was having a girl. Everybody thought that I was having a boy. Everybody. Well, most people. Only a few people were like team girl, but most people were team boy. So when it was like, it's a girl, I'm like, it's a girl? What? Wow. I am a girl mama. But my labor and birth was super fast. And I believe it was fast. One, prayer. Okay. Make sure you have a relationship with the Heavenly Father. Prayer. Two, being active as heck. I was working up until the day I went into labor. I gave birth to my daughter February 27th. And guess what? The day before that, I was still working. Prior to birthing her, I was getting Braxton Hicks. They call it the false contractions, okay? It felt like minor menstrual cramps. I believe you guys probably heard it described like that before, because that's exactly what it feels like. It's not intense, it's very minor. You can bear with that. It's very bearable. The real contractions is another story, honey. Okay? But the Braxton Hicks is very tolerable. So before I birthed her, the day before, I believe I was losing my mucus plug. I lost it. It was official when I got home that night. And I started seeing all this brownish and reddish mucus and discharge, but it started becoming heavier when I got home. But all throughout the day, on February 26th, I noticed that. I'm like, okay, this is about to go down. This is about to go down. I hope I don't give birth to her on the job, because that was some people's premonition that I would give birth on the job. And I didn't have no mommy bag, no diaper bags, none of that stuff. Everything I had for my baby, and I was at home. Because I don't know if you guys heard, but there was a story of a woman that went viral that she gave birth on a train. But there are people that gave birth in public places, in buses, on trains, in their car, on their job. It happens anywhere. When life is ready to come into the world, we can't stop it, okay? They be ready. So I labored a lot at home. I was doing fine until 8 o'clock p.m. February 26th. And I was still doing fine. I was smashing it, okay? I was taking them contractions like them jabs that friggin' Muhammad Ali be throwing, okay? Bump that friggin' Floyd Mayweather. Bump that friggin' Mike Tyson. I was taking them contractions. It was painful. It was definitely painful, but I was bearing through. I don't think it was the worst pain, but it was painful in a way, and it was definitely not comfortable, to the point where I even had to not scream out, but like kind of like make noise that is just like, come on, like this is, whoo. It was definitely, them contractions, the real deal. And what's amazing through it was that my body naturally had the urge to push. My body was pushing for me. I would stand up and I would try to walk, and I'm like, and I'm just like, wow. And I couldn't help it. I had to do it. I had to push. So that was another thing. I prayed that everything works together. Everything works together, so I'm not struggling, because I see a lot of birth. I watched a lot of birth vlogs, and some of the women look like they were struggling. I made to a point where they want to give up. I can't do it. I can't do it. But I never had that mindset. So I can do it. I will do it. So also, labor and birth is not just a physical thing. It's mainly a mental thing. So when you prepare your mind, prepare your heart, build up your spirit, you can speak life into yourself. Don't worry about the woman screaming and hollering and carrying on. You just make sure you speak life to yourself and know that you can do it. Okay. So I labored a lot at home, but I knew I couldn't go into work. I had to call out. If I went into work I was officially a crazy woman, because I know I would have made it and I would have given birth somewhere on that bus or on that train, okay, or on the job. So I had to call out. So I called out for my job because I knew I wasn't going to make it in. I said, this is about to go down. I said, I believe I'm having contractions and they're coming strong and they're coming more frequent. They said, go by the 511. Did I say it correctly? I got the numbers right. I'm not sure if the order is correctly, but go by that order. But bump that. It was coming like, for me, it felt like it was coming every 2 minutes, every 3 minutes. And it was just back to back. I said, this has to be the real deal. This is not no fake, false Braxton Hicks. So around 5 o'clock in the morning, I called up my birth center. I did not go to a hospital. I wanted to have a more natural birth. I wanted to have more natural birth. That's what I believe in. That's what suits me better. And I want to give that for my baby. I want to provide that for my baby, to have a more natural, more at home experience, and not have to be surrounded by hospitals. Because honestly, and not to shame people who go to hospitals for birth, but a postpartum doula told me that hospitals is really for sick people, and we shouldn't treat our births as a sickness. Again, if you feel more comfortable going to a hospital, hey, do you? I mean, I can't tell you not to go or to go. Your mind made up. I'm not knocking you. But at the end of the day, for me, I want a more natural, pure environment for my baby and I. So I called my birthing center, and I believe I spoke to about 3 people, and they got back to me, because the first person I spoke to was, I believe, just a guy who just takes calls. And then he said, okay, no problem. I'll make sure someone gets back to you. Child, within like a minute, somebody called my phone. And one person was coaching me through the breathing, just saying, relax, take it easy. For my birthing center, to give birth at their birth center, you have to take a child birthing class. Child, please, I didn't take nothing. I was supposed to, but I didn't get a chance to. But I was so fortunate, thank the Most High, that I was able to still go into the birth center and give birth there. They still allow me to come in, which was super amazing, because that was mandatory. You have to take childbirthing classes. And I'm not sure if that's the same for specific hospitals, but for my birthing center out here in New Jersey, yes. I believe that was a doctor I spoke to, but I believe she probably couldn't make it. So a midwife / doula, she called me back, and she also guided me through and was speaking very nicely and calmly to me. I was definitely in some discomfort. Definitely. It was no question, no doubt about it. It was strong. The contractions are strong. And they said, okay, I can meet you there at 7:23. I was like, okay, cool. But my behind can't walk that fast right now. So please give me a moment, okay? So I said I could be there by 8 o'clock. So she said, okay, cool. So I got my good thing. I have my mommy's bag and my diaper bag. So this was the bag that I took. This is my mommy's bag that I took. This bag, this is so pretty. And then I took my baby's diaper bag. So this is what I had. So I had those 2 things packed away. And I almost slipped down. I wanted to have this to wear while I give birth. I bought this to wear, and I have a bottom part to match this, and I also have a bra to match it. But child, when I got there exactly at 8 o'clock of that. Let me tell you something. That Lyft driver, he was nice, but he wasn't driving fast enough for me. I had to hold in my push. Do you know how hard that is? Because I would have let loose in that man's car. He probably tried to sue me. And I was like, dude, if you don't drive, put that foot to that pedal and drive, brother. And but I made it in time, and I was just so fortunate to make it. exactly at 8 o'clock at night. He was so sweet. He said, "Baby, you having baby?" Because he knows how I was walking. He see my bags and everything like that. So he knew I was going into labor. And then he said, "Hey, if it's a boy, name the boy Max. Name the boy after me." And we were all laughing. So it was a midwife and a doula that met me by the door. They grabbed my bags. I had to take my car seat because same thing at the hospital. You can't take your baby home without a car seat. So I have a Duna, a replica. Okay, I got it from off Temu. I was not paying $500-$600 for no doggone stroller, honey. Absolutely not. I paid $100, $23, $25 for that stroller. Yeah, and it does the job. Okay, it does the job. So I'm so happy I didn't spend no $500-$600. If you want to spend $500-$600 on a stroller, that is your right. But for me, honey, okay, 125 is that's my budget. Okay, maternal fetal medicine room, and she wanted to check my cervix to see how far along am I. Child, I was 9 centimeters. Mind you, I was feeling fine all this time, the day before, I mean. And again, I told you I had the light menstrual cramping and everything like that. But again, I knew that my body was working up for labor. And then around 8 o'clock, I don't think I told you guys the time that it really started the night before was 8 o'clock. I ate some food, and then that's when the laboring, the contraction started coming. I mean, it happened so quickly, and it just kept on coming, kept on coming. So basically from 8 o'clock at night to like 8 o'clock in the morning, that's something else, right? Wow. So I was 9 centimeters dilated. Yes, come on with it. Kept my leggings off, kept my panties off. And she said, okay, she helped me walk to the birthing room. And it was a nice, cute room with a pool because my birth plan was to go and do a water birth. Child, please. That did not happen. So sometimes we have plans for our birth, but sometimes it doesn't always go according to. Not that something went wrong, but I gave birth on the bed, and they gave me a peanut ball because I've seen that before in some of these birth and labor vlogs, and I used it. So I was like this over the ball like that. You guys can see like this, and I pushed her out that way. And my goodness. So I arrived there at 8 o'clock. I pushed her out 9:26. So there was a couple of pushes to get her out, but to me, no pain. Just one time I felt a little something, but it wasn't no pain. I barely, just pushing, pushing, pushing. And again, my body was making me push. I didn't have to do a lot. So sometimes when I hear women pushing and they're having a hard time, they're probably not ready to push. Their body's not ready to push because our bodies know what it's doing. They know what is our bodies know what it's doing. I mean, the Most High is a genius. Our bodies know what to do. So yeah, that was a quick labor and birth, right? Wow, that's so amazing. So they were like, "Girl, this is your first baby?" I'm like, "Yeah." "What? Girl, you did this. You did that, girl. You did that." I mean, they were cheering me on. They were like, "You got this." And then I was like, I was going, but it wasn't like strenuous. It was just like I was pushing even for an extended period of time. I think I was going past the 10-second mark because they'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but I was still giving another go, even without them telling me, because my body was just doing it and doing it. My goodness. And they said, "Oh, I see the head. Do you want to feel the head?" I was like, "What?" But before that, I said, "Wait a minute, I'm here pushing it. Am I 10 centimeters?" And she was like, "Okay, you want to check?" I'm like, "Yeah, check and see where I am now." And because I was 9 centimeters, I'm like, I've been pushing for like a few minutes now, maybe I'm at 10 centimeters. But when she went to go check the girl, I don't got to go no further. The head is right there. We can see the head, like the hair, we can see it. I'm like, what? Yeah. So it's just a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful experience. Oh my goodness. So I kept on going, and that was motivation for me. I'm like, I'm gonna get her out. I'm gonna get her out. And they gave me something to drink. I was getting coconut water to hydrate me, and I didn't really feel hot. I felt hot at home to a point I had to put my AC on while I was laboring at home. I did feel hot, and I also threw up too as well. I did vomit as well when I was laboring at home with her. So that because I feel like I do believe sometimes the contractions can make you feel a bit nauseous, and I've seen that happen before. So I didn't expect that to happen to me, but yes, I did get a tad bit nauseous, and I did throw up. I did vomit just for a little bit. But at the birthing center, everything went beautifully. So I pushed, and then finally, her head was all the way out, and they was able to get her body out, and it was just beautiful, beautiful. Like she came out like on her own, like just. It was just, she was like, here I am, just came on out, and it was just a beautiful, gorgeous, amazing, spectacular, phenomenal, spiritual moment for me, because this is spiritual. This is a miracle. You can't tell me birth is not something that's not divine. It really is. It truly is. My goodness, what our bodies can do. So once I heard that cry, I was like, oh my goodness, it's something about a baby's cries. It's something about their cry. It's just the innocence and the purity in their voices, in their cries. Oh my goodness gracious. So so they said a girl. They said, oh my gosh, it's a girl. And I was like, it's a girl. Like I told you guys before, everybody thought I was having a boy. And I was ready for a boy. It don't matter to me. I didn't care what I was having, a boy or a girl. I would accept my baby either way. I don't care. But I've always wanted a daughter. I'm not gonna lie. I've always wanted a daughter. I always wanted them many me. Either way, I would have loved my son. Either way. And I still want to have more children. I would love to do this again. Let me tell y'all something. The experience that I've had with pregnancy is amazing. I didn't get no morning sickness. I didn't get sick. Of course, the little minor aches and pain with the hips and the back, and stuff like that. I did get eczema, so my skin did react. They say that is a thing. Pregnancy, eczema does come with it for some women. I was one of those women who got eczema, and it's all good. It's all good. So so they gave me something to drink. They told me to stay hydrated. They were complimenting me, congratulating me. They were just in awe with my daughter. They were talking about how gorgeous, how beautiful she is, her color, her hair, everything was just amazing. She's healthy, and how healthy she looked, and just amazing. They were just shocked at the job that I did, laboring all by myself. There was nobody with me. My child's father was not there. There was no other relative that was there. It was just me, the midwife, doula. It was just us and the Most High. And then my daughter came. So at the end of the day, that's all that mattered. The support between those two women are phenomenal. They were a great team. So yeah, you may not have people that you know personally around you, but if you have people that's pushing and supporting you, then that helps you out a lot. They really cheered me on, and they're like, girl, you got this, you got this. And it was a beautiful, beautiful moment. I mean, to give birth, I can't tell y'all how amazing that is. And when I say I would do this again, I would do this all over again. Of course, relationships with a good man, but I would do this all over again. And I did know that she gave me some stretch marks now, because I was seeing those stretch marks for months. I'm like, oh, no stretch marks. Ooh. What? I got some stretch marks. Okay. Look at that. Look. So I definitely did, and I like these postpartum underwear. They're definitely comfortable. So they gave that to me, and it felt so. I mean, they took care of me. They dressed me, they fed me, they ordered me some food. Like at a birth center, you don't stay like overnight, like 24 hours, 48 hours, like typically what you do in a hospital. They'll usually keep you at least overnight, but no, they discharge you between 4 to 6 hours, at least at my birthing center. Maybe other centers keep the women in there longer, but for mine, they only keep you for 4 to 6 hours, and they discharge you, and they give you all the paperwork, and and so on and so forth like that. But they fed me, they clothed me, and I was making such a huge mess with my blood and everything like that with the birth, and I wanted to clean up, and I did. I was cleaning up the toilet, cleaning the floor. Girl, stop doing that. You just gave birth, girl. You smashed this. You did this. Now let us take care of you, okay? You don't put the work in already. You done did your labor, all right? What you cleaning up for? Like, go ahead and enjoy your baby. So, but I just felt it was necessary for me to do that. That's just me, okay? That's just me. But yeah, they were really, really sweet, really kind. Oh my gosh, the center I went to, if you're in New Jersey, It's called the Birth Center of New Jersey. So they are really phenomenal. If you ever want to go give birth there, they were so cool. Oh my goodness gracious, so sweet, so helpful, so kind and compassionate. My goodness, compassionate. Oh my goodness, kindness. Oh my goodness. Let's emphasize on those two words. Right. Okay, and when we are laboring, us women, we need that. We need that. That's what helps us have and a beautiful positive birth experience. You know what I'm saying? One of the sweethearts helped me put on my postpartum underwear. I'm like, oh my goodness, we really got treated well, me and my baby. So yeah, they took her fingerprint, they took her footprints and everything like that. They did what they supposed to do. They give her eye drops, everything like that. But they were just in awe with her and how adorable, how pretty she is and everything. And they dressed her while I was able to dress myself, even though I got help with one of them dressing me. So they were really, really sweet. I just cannot stress that enough. I can't say that enough, that they were really kind and really sweet. But I did have a positive birth experience. Like I said, I would do all over again. But what helped me really, again, besides the Most High and prayer, that's number one, being active. I worked until the day I went into labor. I worked until the day I went into labor. And I thank the Most High that it wasn't on the bus, it wasn't on train, it wasn't on the job. Because if it would have started earlier, I wouldn't have made it, and things would have gone how I would like it to go. Because I did not want to give birth nowhere else but the birth center. My home would have been a beautiful option as well, but this is my first child, and I'm not too sure about that. So I'm like, maybe my second time around I can do a home birth, okay, because I have some experience now. But this was a beautiful positive birth experience. It wasn't torturous. I wasn't in pain pushing her out. No epidurals, no drugs, no nothing. Pure natural vaginal birth. And I'm just like, my goodness. So eating healthy, staying active, having a positive mindset, of course, having a beautiful prayer life, staying prayed up, talking to the Most High. We already know that's number one. All right. But being physically active, I mean, every day. I have my birth ball. I was on that. I was, side to side doing all of this, a little bit of bouncing, but I was told don't bounce, don't bounce. But towards the end, I'm like, because I was doing it wrong. Somebody said to bounce and somebody else told me not to bounce. I'm like, okay. But they was like, just do it like this, do the little swirling. So I have my birthing ball. What else? I was always sitting with my legs open to kind of open up the pelvic. So keep that in mind too as well. So I watched how I sat. And again, just taking my vitamins, just eating healthy, and again, positive mindset. It was just so much that went into it. And another thing I was doing too was going to a chiropractor. So I went to a chiropractor who also specialized in pregnancy. So I went to a chiropractor the other day, and they were like, I told them my birth story, and they were amazed. They were like, oh my goodness. You see what chiropractor can do? You see what going to a chiropractor can do when you're pregnant? Girl, you better leave a review. So I still gotta leave a review for her practice. But yeah, all of that played a part. Being physically active, which is for me working until birth, all of that could play a role. All of that, I believe, coincided and worked beautifully together. So I'm very, very thankful. So when you see people having a hard time giving birth, you have to ask yourself, what were they doing while they were pregnant? Okay, so yeah, and sometimes it depends on the size of your baby too. A 10-pound baby, 11-pound baby, that 12-pound, that is a lot. Okay, but I did feel some type of burning when I was being stretched open, but that didn't stop me, honey. And it was lightweight. I still kept on going. So again, I didn't really feel much pain at all. I was like, wow, because I see what women go through on the vlogs, and I'm like, man, that sounds extremely painful. But for me, I barely felt any pain. I kid you not, I barely felt any pain. I wasn't even tired. Only one time I was like, oh, but other than that, I was pushing. I was getting her out. Like we gonna do the dang wrong thing. But it was a beautiful experience. So I hope my labor birth story inspired you. Hopefully my tips and how I was able to labor and birth so beautifully and peacefully, it could help you, and you can birth beautifully and peacefully as well. Because we don't want to have that mindset where we're like, okay, I'm scared to give birth, I'm scared to do this, I'm scared to do that. If you're scared, trust me, them contractions are going to eat you up alive. They were getting to me somewhat somehow, but I said, you tough, but I'm tougher. And that was my mindset when I was dealing with them contractions. I was not playing. I'm saying, you're not gonna get me. You're not gonna get me. Okay. I'm gonna get you before you get me. Okay. It's not going down like that. So speak life to yourself too as well. Again, someone mentioned, I believe it was a doula on YouTube, said that birthing is 80% mental and 20% physical. So it's all here. It's all in the mind. Train your brain, train your mind, speak life to yourself, okay? Because there's power in the tongue. That's in the scriptures, okay? There's power in the tongue. Speak life or you can speak death, whichever one you want to choose. But I would choose life. Speak life, okay? So yeah, that is my story. It's beautiful. I would do this all over again. I love the postpartum. Yeah, we deal with the blood and the stinging when you're urinating and all that type of stuff, because I did deal with that. I did get a stitch. I got a small tear on the top, but my bottom, where most women tear, I did not tear. So I was very happy about that. I said, "Oh, it looks beautiful. It is intact. It was amazing." And another thing I did too, I was stretching my lady parts to make sure that I am able to get my baby out. So when you're in the shower, stretch, squat, do all them things to get it open. That's another thing I was doing too as well. So yes, because our lady part have to get used to the stretching, because that's what we're gonna do when you give birth, especially when you do a vaginal birth. So yeah, so she told me, girl, you got a small tear on the top, but not on the bottoms, which is perfect, which is good. And so I got stitched. And yeah, when you go to use the bathroom and you gotta make number one, that stuff burns. But I have the bottle that we use after we give birth to to like almost like a douche type thing. You put water in the bottle and it just squirts our ladies part as we urinate to kind of ease the burn, the stinging. Birthing is real. That's no joke. Okay. So other than that, that was my experience. So, but I love the postpartum. I'm 4 days postpartum. And what I've been using for my stretch marks so far is this Palmer's cocoa butter formula, vitamin E tightening body lotion. So this is what I've been using so far. And you see, for after pregnancy, so I've been using this. And I also got the whole set where it comes with a nipple cream, breast butter, and also some oil for like stretch marks too, and all this other stuff. So it came in a nice pretty little set, and it smells really nice too as well. And so I'm gonna be working on them stretch marks, honey. But again, hey, it's a reminder of what I did on that day, February 27, 2025. All right. And it reminds me of this gorgeous girl that I have that I don't regret having. So at the end of the day, I am happy with my experience. I'm happy with how things went down. And I will not trade it. I will not change it for the world. Postpartum, again, aside for the bleeding, some pain when I sit, when I walk, and stuff like that. I have to get up slowly sometimes, get up gently, and sit down gently, get up gently, slowly. I have to do that. I have to be very cautious. I believe the pain is subsiding a little bit, is going slowly but surely, but I'm not 100% healed. Of course, I'm just 4 days in. So, but I'm healing. I'm doing it. So I love it. The postpartum, no, most high forbid, no depression. I've been upbeat. She cries early in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm up changing diapers, and I'm talking to her, even singing to her. 5 o'clock in the morning, I'm getting up, changing her diapers and everything, and I'm not upset about it. What I pray about is to have the temperament and the patience to deal with her, to handle her, to care for her, to love her, to teach her, to guide her, because she didn't ask to be born. So I can't get fussy with her. She didn't ask for any of this. So I have to be strong. I have to handle everything and do a good job focusing on being a wonderful mommy and just embracing my daughter, which I already have and will always embrace and cherish her. It's absolutely amazing. I'm a girl mom. Oh my goodness. I have a princess that I'll be raising up to be a queen. Are you serious? Oh my goodness. So Yeah, but the postpartum, I love it. Because again, it reminds me of what I did, like bleeding and all this pain. It doesn't matter. It was well worth it. It was so worth it. And again, I would do this 12 times over. All right, I mean it now. So hopefully my labor and birth experience inspired you. Hopefully you enjoyed my story and you took some tips down, and hopefully you apply it to your labor and birth experience as well. Breastfeeding, so I'm doing that along with formula. I found a non-dairy formula for those who care for non-dairy. I want to exclusively breastfeed her, or if I want to breastfeed her more, then I need to put her on my breast more. And they kind of hurt and they're somewhat kind of hard, but it could be the milk building up. So I'm definitely working on my supply. And I finally saw milk come out finally for the first time. And it was just amazing. I just love being a woman. Like I wouldn't trade it. I wouldn't trade it. And now she's going to experience the same thing that I've experienced, and I'm here for her. So she got me. Like she got the most high, she got me. And it's just a beautiful, beautiful thing. So anyway, I'm about to go eat and attend to her because she gotta get fed again. So hopefully y'all like the video and like what I shared with you guys, and I'll catch y'all another time. Here she go. Peace.